Hello all, hope you're doing well today. So today we are diving into Chapter 3, Health, Physical Activity, and Our Society. This topic highlights the evolving relationship between societal trends and the health outcomes that influence the direction of our profession, whether that be in kinesiology, physical education, public health, or wellness. Here we go. So our objectives in this chapter are that you should be able to describe the changing demographics of the United States and the implications for the field of kinesiology, physical education, exercise science, and sport, and also be able to explain the importance and need for professionals in the field and in the promotion of health and the attainment of wellness. Be able to identify and discuss physical activity of people of all identities and implications for professionals in physical education, exercise science, and sport. As we begin, it's important to recognize the changing demographics of the United States and beyond. Our population is becoming more diverse in terms of race, ethnicity, age, and socioeconomic status. These shifts have significant implications for how we design and deliver health and physical activity programs. Let's take a closer look at two specific trends that are shaping our society. First, age distribution. As of 2020, about 24% of the United States population was under the age of 18. This means nearly 1 in 4 individuals are children and adolescents, making youth a critical focus for health and physical activity initiatives. Second, the fastest growing population group is the Hispanic community. By 2050, it is projected that Hispanics will comprise 25% of the United States population. This growth highlights the need for culturally relevant health programming and communication strategies. These two shifts, youth population and ethnic diversity, emphasize the urgency of adapting our health promotion efforts to be inclusive, age appropriate, and culturally competent. These demographic changes affect not only who we serve, but also how we serve them. Health and physical activity professionals must be equipped to meet the needs of a culturally diverse population. This requires us to expand our perspectives, our communication strategies, and program designs to be inclusive and equitable. It's important for professionals to reflect on their view of cultural diversity. Culture influences an individual's health, their beliefs, behaviors, activities, access to care, adherence to programs, and treatment outcomes. DeCinces defines cultural diversity as the differences associated with gender, race, national origin, ethnicity, social class, religion, age, and ability or disability, but it can also be extended to include differences in personality, sexual orientation, veteran status, physical appearance, marital status, and parental status as well. As our society becomes more diverse, it's essential that we understand the concept of culture in a meaningful and practical way. Culture refers to integrated patterns of human behavior. These include language, thoughts, communications, actions, customs, beliefs, values, and institutions associated with racial, ethnic, religious, or social groups. But understanding culture isn't just about definitions, it's about application. As professionals, we must continuously develop our cultural competence. This involves ongoing self-reflection and awareness of our own values, beliefs, biases, and prejudices. Being culturally competent doesn't mean knowing everything about every culture. It means being open, respectful, and willing to learn from the people and communities we serve. This is especially important in health and physical activity professions where personal interactions and community engagement play a central role. Let's take a moment to distinguish between cultural competence and cultural humility, both of which are crucial in our professional development. Cultural competence implies having the ability to function effectively both as an individual and as a part of an organization in the context of diverse cultural beliefs, behaviors, and needs. It's about applying your knowledge and skills in a way that respects and responds to the cultural context of the people and communities you work with. But competence alone isn't enough. That's where cultural humility comes in. Cultural humility is a lifelong process of self-reflection and self-critique. It challenges us to recognize and address power imbalances in society and to take meaningful action toward equity and justice. Whereas competence is about what we know and how we perform, humility is about how we listen, how we grow, and how we advocate. Together, these concepts guide us in being more inclusive, empathetic, and effective in health and physical activity fields. Creating opportunities for physical activity that are inclusive and meaningful for all people, regardless of age, background, or ability, is essential to promoting lifelong participation. To achieve this, health and physical activity professionals must go beyond the one-size-fits-all approach. We need to develop programs that are grounded in the values, traditions, and customs of the cultural groups we serve. This might mean adapting activities, settings, or even communication styles to ensure relevance and comfort. Respect individual rights and use effective communication that conveys respect and sensitivity. Every interaction should reflect an appreciation for the individual's unique cultural identity. And lastly, we should recognize that diversity enriches us all. By embracing cultural variety, we not only improve the reach of learning and growth of everyone involved, professionals and participants alike. This mindset is key to building trust, engagement, and long-term commitment to physical activity across diverse communities. Wellness is more than just physical health. It encompasses the whole person: mental, emotional, social, spiritual, and occupational well-being. Promoting wellness requires a holistic approach that extends beyond traditional fitness programs. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease and infirmity. And this was coined by the World Health Organization in 1947. The holistic health focuses on the whole person and encompasses the intellectual and spiritual dimensions of health, in addition to the physical, mental, and social dimensions. Now, wellness is a state of optimal health and well-being in which an individual's physical, emotional, social, mental, spiritual, and environmental aspects of health are in balance. Here are the common aspects of wellness: physical, emotional, social, intellectual, spiritual, and environmental. Understanding these interconnected dimensions help us design more effective interventions that support long-term behavior change. First, we have physical health. This dimension focuses on how well your body functions. It includes being physically active on a regular basis, eating nutritious foods, and maintaining a healthy body weight, getting enough sleep, and avoiding illness or injury. Simply put, physical wellness is the foundation that supports all other aspects of well-being. Next is emotional wellness. This dimension involves understanding, accepting, and managing your emotions. It's about being able to express a wide range of feelings in healthy ways and managing stress effectively. Emotional wellness helps us stay grounded and resilient, especially during challenging times. And finally, social wellness. This emphasizes building and maintaining positive relationships. It includes developing strong communication and interpersonal skills, contributing to your community, and finding support and meaningful connections with others. When we feel socially connected, our sense of belonging and purpose is strengthened. These three areas of physical, emotional, and social wellness are deeply interconnected. Strength in one supports the others, which is why wellness programming must be holistic in nature. Continuing our discussion of wellness, let's look at three more dimensions that complete the holistic view of health. Mental wellness refers to cognitive health and intellectual development. It's characterized by the ability to think clearly, make sound decisions, solve problems, and maintain a sense of self-worth. High self-esteem and a commitment to personal growth are signs of strong mental wellness. Spiritual wellness is about having a sense of purpose and meaning in life. It involves living in alignment with your beliefs and values, whether those are rooted in religion, philosophy, or personal ethics. Spiritual wellness helps guide your behaviors, enhances inner peace, and often contributes to emotional resilience. And finally, environmental wellness is sometimes overlooked but just as important. This dimension considers the conditions of your surroundings where you live, learn, work, and play. It includes factors like air and noise pollution, access to green spaces, walkability, and housing quality. A safe and supportive environment encourages healthy choices and behaviors. Together with the physical, emotional, and social dimensions, these aspects help create a comprehensive, balanced model of wellness that we should aim to promote in our programs and in our own lives. Historically, the 20th century brought an epidemiological shift. We moved from infectious diseases being the top causes of death to chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. This shift presents new challenges and opportunities for prevention. At the beginning of the 20th century, the average life expectancy in the United States was just 47.3 years. By 2020, that number had increased significantly to 77 years, reflecting major advancements in healthcare, sanitation, and living conditions. The age distribution of the U.S. population is also shifting. In 2010, 40.3 million people, or 13% of the population, were 65 years or older. By 2030, it is projected that 20% of the population will fall into this group. This demographic shift highlights the growing importance of programs and policies that support healthy aging and physical activity for older adults. Today, chronic diseases account for approximately 7 out of 10 deaths in the United States. Many of these are preventable through behavior changes such as increased physical activity, improved nutrition, and reduced tobacco and alcohol use. An issue that not only affects millions of lives but also puts a massive strain on our healthcare system. Chronic disease accounts for 74% of all deaths each year and are responsible for about 75% of annual healthcare costs. These are long-term conditions that often progress slowly but can be prevented or managed through lifestyle choices. The two most prevalent chronic diseases in the United States are cardiovascular disease and cancer, the top two causes of death nationwide. Cardiovascular disease, which includes conditions like heart disease and stroke, is heavily influenced by lifestyle factors such as physical inactivity, poor nutrition, obesity, and tobacco and alcohol use. Similarly, cancer deaths are linked to preventable factors, especially poor diet, lack of physical activity, and excess body weight. This data underscores a powerful truth. Prevention through healthy living must be at the center of our national health strategy. As professionals, we have a responsibility to educate and empower people to make choices that reduce their risk and improve quality of life. One of the most concerning trends in public health is the dramatic rise in obesity rates among adults. According to the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, or NHANES, 42.5% of U.S. adults were classified as obese between 2017 and 2018. That's nearly half of the adult population. To put this into perspective, back in the 1970s, the obesity rate was just 14.6%. That means we've seen a threefold increase over the past few decades. This surge in obesity is driven by several factors: increased consumption of processed foods, larger portion sizes, sedentary lifestyles, and limited access to affordable, nutritious food, and safe physical activity spaces. Why does this matter? Because obesity is directly linked to chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. It also contributes to rising healthcare costs and declining quality of life. As professionals, understanding this trend helps us advocate for smarter health policies, community programs, and education efforts focused on prevention and sustainable behavior change. Obesity isn't just affecting adults, it's increasingly impacting our children and adolescents, which poses serious long-term concerns for public health. According to data from 2017 to 2018, 13.4% of children aged 2 to 5 years of age were classified as obese. Among children aged 6 to 11, the rate was 20.3%, and for adolescents 12 to 19, it rose to 21.2%. What's even more concerning is the trend. Back in 2003 to 2004, the focus was on tracking overweight status, but now these statistics reflect the obese category, indicating a significant and alarming shift. This is not just a childhood issue. Up to 80% of overweight and obese children and adults go on to become overweight or obese adults. That puts them at an increased risk for chronic diseases, social stigma, emotional challenges, and lower quality of life over the lifespan. These numbers make it clear early intervention is crucial, promoting healthy habits from a young age through physical education, community engagement, family support, and policy change as one of the most powerful tools we have to turn this around. Healthcare expenditures in the United States saw a significant increase, rising from $1.2 trillion in 1999 to $3.6 trillion in 2018. This threefold growth over nearly 2 decades reflects factors such as rising medical costs, increased demand for services, advancements in medical technology, and an aging population requiring more healthcare resources. Despite ongoing efforts, Americans have shown limited progress in meeting the goals and objectives outlined by Healthy People initiatives and national calls to action. One critical area of concern is school physical education. There is a pressing need for strong, passionate advocates to champion physical education in sports. It is essential to reverse the decline in the number of children participating in daily physical education classes. Physical education should be recognized as a vital part of a comprehensive school physical activity program, serving not only to improve immediate health outcomes, but also to lay the groundwork for lifelong participation in physical activities. Schools play a vital role beyond education by offering worksite health promotion programs that serve over 5 million school employees. Additionally, schools can maximize their community impact by opening their facilities as community centers during evenings, weekends, and summer months, providing accessible spaces for physical activity and social engagement. Communities are increasingly focusing on expanding physical activity opportunities, especially for older adults, by offering more targeted programs. Worksite health promotion programs are also growing across various industries, aiming to engage employees at all levels with initiatives that include fitness, recreational activities, and broader health promotion efforts. Furthermore, commercial fitness clubs and community-based programs continue to provide accessible options for individuals of all ages to participate in physical activity. The National Physical Activity Plan is a comprehensive set of policies, programs, and initiatives designed to increase physical activity in all segments of the United States population. The plan aims to foster a national culture that supports physically active lifestyles. Its ultimate purpose is to improve health, prevent disease and disability, and enhance quality of life. The 2016 National Physical Activity Plan built on the first United States National Physical Activity Plan, which was released in 2010. Like the original plan, the 2016 plan was developed through a process that engaged hundreds of professionals, researchers, and leaders from public and private organizations. These individuals contributed to the work of 9 expert panels, each of which was focused on one societal sector. These 9 sectors, the business and industry, community recreation, fitness and parks, education, faith-based settings, healthcare, mass media, public health, sport and transportation, land use and community design, provide the organizational framework for the plan. Each expert panel reviewed the 2010 plan and recommended enhancements, refinements, and additions to the strategies and tactics that comprise the core content for its sector. The expert panel's work on enhancing and refining the plan was informed by public comment, solicited at the beginning of the revision process during a national summit in 2015, and after a draft of the revised plan was released in early 2016. A revision executive committee oversaw the process of producing the current plan. In summary, community access to physical activity opportunities must be equitable and inclusive, ensuring availability for all individuals regardless of their geographic location, whether urban, rural, or suburban, as well as social status, age, race, and ethnicity. While sport plays a prominent role in the culture of youth, adolescents, and young adults in the United States, it's equally important to provide physical activity opportunities for children as young as 1 to 5 years of age, as well as for middle-aged and older adults. Expanding access across the lifespan promotes lifelong health and well-being for all community members. And that is all that I have for you today. We will go more into Chapter 3, Part 2, and another section. Y'all have a great day.